Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2019 with USL Dunkerque. Since the last episode, we've gone a lot further in the league than I was expecting to go, and that's because we weren't winning very much and I was getting annoyed. Well, I say winning, we weren't scoring any goals, so I just kept playing until we kind of got our form back up. Between episodes as well, the transfer window has opened and closed. There has been some transfer business. We've also got our youth intake. There's not going to be an extra episode today because I've already had a look at them, and there's only one good one. So this is the squad, and you can tell who the good one's going to be. It's Leo Bernard at the top here, 15 years old. He's a right-sided player. He's not amazing, but he's actually not terrible. I think Leo might be one of the few players to break into the first team from our youth intake. We've also made ourselves a new signing in Eduardo Luiz. He's an 18-year-old Brazilian left-back who is 6'5", so he's being retrained to be a central defender. 3.5-star current ability, 5-star potential. He's getting paid a lot of money. He's a key player and he's not even registered for first team football. I basically saw him and thought, I have to jump on this. I have to get him now. He could be a superstar. And if he's not going to be a superstar, he could earn us a lot of money within the next few years if we need to shift him on. Speaking of players who could earn us a lot of money in the next few years if we shift them on, we've also made an agreement to sell Ryan Calliard to Brentford at the end of the season. At the end of next season, sorry. He's not leaving for a very long time. Okay, I thought that was the end of the season. Apparently not. So yes, Ryan Calliard is going to be leaving the club. There is a 50% sell-on in there. I think it is £650,000, £800,000 in total. It's not a huge amount of money. It's that 50% sell-on that I really want to keep in there. He's, let's be honest, he probably would break into the first team within the next few years, but the money right now seems a lot more useful. And I think we've probably got, with the new guy who's just come in, that Bernard guy, I think he might be just as good as Calliard anyway. With the transfer business out of the way, we headed back into league action after the cup double against PSG and RC Lens. It was against Metz, and it was the first of a few games where we didn't score goals. Actually, it wasn't the first, it was the fourth of a few games where we didn't score any goals. A 0-0 draw, not a lot we can really say about this. Defensively, both teams were pretty good. Our fifth competitive game in a row without scoring a goal was up against bottom of the table Niort, and they destroyed us, and I don't know what happened. Kevin Afugu, Anton Bobichon, maybe, and Brahim Konate with the goals for Niort. We just got destroyed in this one. And match number 6 of us not scoring any goals up against AC Ajaccio. It was a 1-0 victory for them. Rio Griffiths with the only goal of the game. Kevin Appin gets himself sent off for 2 yellow cards for Ajaccio. Alexis Calant gets himself sent off for 2 yellow cards for us. I think the next 2 games we also get players sent off. No, we don't. The next match, we win comfortably 4-0 against Valenciennes. Andy Faustin with 2-1 from the penalty spot in the 93rd minute. Alan Varel also scoring. Sambu Sissoko getting a goal as well. This is the Dunkirk that I'm used to seeing play. As you can see there by the average ratings, we destroyed them, apart from Fekir. Our brief foray into victories ended very quickly up against Auxerre, who were top of the table, or second place in the table at the time. We end up losing this one 2-1. Romain Philippotto, maybe, and Yanis Bagoy, maybe, with the goals for Auxerre. Kamal Moonkid comes off the bench to score his first goal for Dunkirk, but it wasn't enough to get us anything out of this game. But after the slip-up against Auxerre, we do return back to winning ways and comfortable winning ways again against Clermont Foot, a 4-1 victory away from home. Boubacar Silla, Alan Varel, Babatori and Yassin Fekir with the goals for us. A Dylan Silva own goal on the 60th minute was the only consolation for Clermont Foot, but it is 3 valuable points, and I think that victory there pushed us over the magic 40 points mark, which means we are going to be playing League 2 football next season as well. And finally, we end up beating Troyes 2-1 as well. Alan Varel and Kalen Demessi with the goals for us. Brian Mabumo with the goals for Troyes. I like his name. I don't know why I like his name. He's actually quite good. He's wanted. Who wants him? Guillaume Can and Stad Reims. Can we sign him? I don't think we can sign him. He's very expensive as a footballer as well. So after what was a very disappointing January where we picked up just 1 point and scored 0 goals, we also played RC Paris in a friendly, which that was my attempt to score goals. We won 1-0, so it didn't really work, did it? After what was a disappointing January, as I was saying, we do return back to form somewhat with 3 victories out of 5 in February. We are on the run-in to the final few, or to the end of the season, basically, so we're probably going to have this episode and the next episode we are still within a chance of playoffs. Because if we beat Lille today, we could move up into 5th place. Although Lille, obviously, if they beat us today, they will move to top of the table. So there is a lot riding on this for both sides. If I'm perfectly honest, I'm just happy to not get relegated. Probably our biggest league game of the season. And I don't mean in terms of importance. I mean Lille are one of our local rivals as far as I'm aware. I think Lille are one of our rivals. Are they? Hold on, let me check. Yes, Lille. Lille are one of our local rivals. They are our biggest local rival as well. So yes, this is going to be a very important game for the fans, I guess. What does worry me is Lille's form is excellent and we've never beaten them. Admittedly, we've only played them once, but their form is excellent. So I suspect they're probably going to try and carry that one on, aren't they? 31,309 people are going to be in attendance watching this match. That is a lot of people, considering we can't even fill our stadium of 5,000 capacity. The starting lineup then. In goal will be Dylan Silva, Silla, Torre, Ella and Chuacha will be the back four. But boy Traore has come into the defensive midfield position because basically he wants to play some first team football. So I thought, you know what, you can play some first team football. Hebert has dropped to the bench. You can see there, something that really annoys me because I didn't spot it. He's now joining Nimes at the end of the season. So Hebert, this guy here, who is arguably one of our best players, isn't going to be playing for us next season, which kind of sucks. Central midfield partnership of Sambu Sissoko and Gideon Waha. Those two have been our two central midfielders for most of the season. And you can see there, between the pair of them, they've got 14 goals. For two central midfielders, that's a lot of goals. Wallace will be the attacking midfielder with Kalen Demessi and Andy Faustin as the front two today. I was going to play Viral, but realised that I've got Faustin and Viral both on yellow cards. I'd rather just get one of them suspended. Plus, Kalen Demessi does keep complaining about not playing football, so I thought it's only fair. So, the Lille team then, there's some good names in there. Is it this man? I think he's very good. He's 30 years old. He is very good. Yep, Babacar Sarr, Thiago Maia. Thiago Maia is definitely good at football, isn't he? He's wanted. Who wants him? I'm not sure why I'm interested. Cardiff and Leicester want Thiago Maia. This is not going to be an easy game, is it? If I'm perfectly honest, I'm hoping for a draw in this match. That's all I'm after. Free kick for Lille. It's gone deep and it is over the bar. First effort comes from Lille. This is also the Lille team that has Carl Jenkinson in it as well. So yeah, let's keep an eye out for him. Corner for Lille on 22 minutes. It's in at the front post and it is that man, Babacar Sarr, the 30-year-old central defender, who makes it 1-0 to Lille. I'm not surprised. I think I've got to that point in the season now where we are guaranteed safety, so I'm not particularly fussed about what happens in the results. As long as we keep grinding out results every now and then, and we don't drop too far down the table, I'm just happy with getting the 44 points. I mean, let's set ourselves a target of maybe 53 points. That's just a random number I've plucked out the air for the end of the season. I think that's easily doable. Chuacha with a throw, tries to find Waha, does eventually get the ball. Chuacha with the ball back though, inside, Faustin. Giovanni Chuacha's making a run. Wallace, the Brazilian, plays it inside. Baboy Traore, back to Rodriguela. Long ball upfield, isn't going to find anyone. Kone with the ball inside his own penalty area, smashes it upfield, but Boubacar Silla heads forward. But it's only to a Lille player. Now Kone with the ball, the left back, upfield towards Benzia. Runs into the area, goes for goal, makes it 2-0. His 19th goal of the season. Yeah, we're not going to get anything against Lille, are we? Sarr with a free kick. Leo cuts inside across to Thiago Mendes, to the right back, Sai Salem. Into the area, crosses it, and Benzia's there, and it's almost 3-0. It's not even half-time, lads, come on. Now it is half-time, and it is still 2-0. We are just not playing very well, and I think part of that is because we're not very good at football in terms of ability. We just seem to do well, and Lille are very good at football in terms of ability and do well as well. Corner for Lille, 50 minutes on the clock, and it is an effort by long man name, but it is wide of the post. Well, much like the PSG game, if I was to sub players who I thought weren't playing very well, Dylan Silva would stay on and maybe Baboy Traore. Everyone else is below a 6.5. Faustin, I guess, is on a 6.6, so maybe he'd stay on as well. Right, we've got some decisions to make. Sissoko off for Hebert is going to be the first one we're going to do. Rodrigue Ella for Jeremy Heisman. I'm going to do all three subs now. Kalen Demessi off for Alan Viral. Hopefully, neither of you get booked. Or maybe one of you gets booked. The moment the subs happen, we do get a highlight. Chuacha with the ball, kicks it straight into Thiago Mendes. Sai Salem misses a tackle, or Gideon Waha misses a tackle. Salem forward. Benzia runs towards the goal, gets tackled. Chuacha can smash it upfield, and Alan Varal's running onto it, controls it, runs one-on-one with the keeper, goes for goal, and it's saved by the keeper, but we do get a corner. Chuacha to take the corner. It's gone deep, and it's gone all the way through, and it's going to be a free kick because somebody fouled somebody. Let's give him a show some passion. See if that works. It's worked on most of them. Thiago Mendes with a free kick for Lille, and it is wide of the post. Waha has picked up his 11th yellow card of the season. That's a lot of yellow cards. Chuacha with a throw towards Waha, doesn't get it. Carl Jenkinson outjumps him. Saban Andzovic, possibly, with the ball, runs forward across to Benzia. 2 Lille players behind him, crosses in. Thiago Mendes on the volley makes it 3-0, his 3rd of the season. Yeah, we've just been destroyed by Lille. What this match, and the match against PSG, and the match against RC Lens has showed me, we are not ready to get promoted. Not in a million years. So, the plan is, I know we're planning a little bit early, but let's try and stay in League 2 for maybe another season or 2. That's kind of, I don't want to get promoted this season. I don't really want to get promoted next season. The 3rd season, that's when we want to be going up, I think. Anderson with the ball. Actually, I've just seen it's 93 minutes on the clock. So the end of the match is here. It's a 3-0 defeat against Lille, and I think it was well earned by Lille. So that defeat moves Lille to the top of the table, but keeps us in 6th place. We are, if you look at the table, we're 3 points behind Nancy. We are 1 point ahead of Ajaccio and Metz, 3 points ahead of Clermont Foot. So a defeat could move us down, potentially all the way down to 9th place in the table. We're very unlikely to go much further than 13th. I'd like to finish ahead of Concarneau. I've decided that's my goal for this season, finish ahead of Concarneau. Jeremy Heisman has beaten the record league appearances mark. 349 appearances for Jeremy Heisman, which is more than William St. Louis, who, whenever that was, had the record. I've never actually looked at our records. Hold on. So, most league appearances by a player is now Jeremy Heisman, 349. Boubacar Silla's average rating. Obviously, some of these aren't actually relevant for anything. Our highest attendance was 11,000 versus Nantes back in 1978. Right, that is now my short-term goal. I say short-term goal, it's not short-term because that's not possible, is it? That's definitely one of my goals, to beat our record attendance, and I want to do it soon, which means we need to get a new stadium soon, or expand soon, and maybe somehow expand our fan base, because that's a big problem we've got. So here are our home fixtures for the season, and they're not particularly high attendance fixtures, are they? You've got the 2 at the top, 2 standout fixtures against Lille and RC Lens in the Coupe de France. Everything else is under 3,000, most of them are around 2,500. We've got some which are fairly low down. Admittedly, it is in the Coupe de la Ligue, where they're under 2,000 as well, but we get about 2,500 on average, 2,006 maybe. So maybe next season, we might be breaking the 3,000 average mark. That's probably what we want to be doing. So the youth candidates thing has happened, and our head of youth development, who is awful, by the way, he is absolutely shocking, but financial decisions means we don't really have too much choice. He said, sign all of them. You're wrong, Aurelian, you're wrong. By the way, this is what I mean by awful. He's just horrendous. Match number 2 then of the episode against 16th placed Brest, a team who we should be able to beat. They've played us once, we've managed to beat them once as well. Both teams in inconsistent form, but Brest have lost just the 1 of their last 5, we've lost 2. The starting lineup is our best possible starting lineup, so Dylan Silva in goal, Boubacar Silla, Baba Touré, Rodrigue Ella, Giovanni Chuacha, Baboy Traore, Hebert, Waha and Wallace will be the midfield quartet with Alan Varau and Andy Faustin. I say our best possible starting 11. Baboy Traore obviously wouldn't be playing. Hebert would be there. Sissoko would be in the Carolero role. But this is what we're going for. I have noticed that one of our reserve players, a certain Utkas, Edgaras Utkas, actually has some interest in a transfer. So I think there was 1 or 2 clubs are actually after signing him, which could be useful because at the end of the season we might shift him on. Maybe a 50% sell on there, we'll get him off the wage bill. He's not really done a huge amount when he has played, so possibly Edgaras could be off at the end of the season. 15 minutes in, and so far nothing's happened. 17 minutes in, and something is starting to happen. Bernard's throw, forward, Puyo, with the ball. Atansov, who is a new gen playing for Brest. Bernard forward. Atansov again up forward towards their striker, but Torre plays the ball back to our goalkeeper Dylan Silva. Runs forward. Questionable pass to Rodriguela. Back to Silva again. This time just puts his foot through it, but it's coming back towards us. Brest with the ball. Kostov forward to Fasoria. Maybe could be his name. Puyo goes for goal from distance. That would have been a cracking goal if that went in. Luckily it is wide of the post. Chihuahua with a free kick on 20 minutes. Hebert, Wallace, all the way across to Boubacar Silla into the area, goes for goal. He doesn't go for goal, he crosses it in to Andy Faustin, and we are 1-0 up. His 17th goal of the season. The top scoring player in Ligue 2 is our own Andy Faustin. I remember when I signed him, and I was questioning whether it was a good decision. It is 100% a good decision. That goal doesn't move us anywhere in the table, but it does move us slightly further away from some of the mid-table sides. Waha crosses the ball in. Hebert is there. At the back post, it is cleared. Waha controls the ball again, though. Tries to cross it in. Hits one of the Brest players. Now, Charbonnier, ball forward. Chihuahua is going to claim the ball, though. Going to have to go back, isn't he? He's going to have to go backwards. He does eventually go backwards to Dylan Silva. The keeper now runs forward, finds Traore. Torre. Where are you going to go? Forward. Hebert, the Brazilian. Traore to Waha. We are passing around. Look at this little lovely triangle. Wallace across. Finds Boubacar Silla, the fullback, running forward. Crosses in. Alan Varane was there. And it is 2-0. His 13th goal of the season. We score goals for fun. Apart from in January when we didn't score any. At half-time then, we are 2-0 up. And we've only had 2 shots on target. 7 in total. But the 2 shots that were on target have both managed to find the back of the net. No changes at half-time. We're just going to stick with what we know, and hopefully we can maybe get a third, and just as long as we don't concede. We've got an injury. Gideon Waha has picked up an injury. He's still on the pitch at the moment. Chihuahua crosses in. Viral can't win the header. Silla crosses in. Viral this time, and it is over the bar. Right, we need to bring off Gideon Waha, I think. We are going to bring on Sambu Sissoko. Do we swap you two over? It doesn't really make any difference at all, but we're going to do it anyway. Traore with a free kick, number 20. It's deep to Rodriguela. Faustin is there. Hebert is there as well with a little flicked head, but it's saved by the goalkeeper. I don't think that was the whole highlight because the goalkeeper's kick out and we're still going. Dylan Silva in goal. I need to look at possibly trying to sign him at the end of the season or maybe extending his loan. Hebert back to Traore. Sissoko now. Sissoko to Hebert again. Forward. Andy Faustin's there. He's got Viral in the middle. Crosses in. Viral is there and it is just over the bar. Approaching the final 20 minutes, I'm thinking we might do another sub just to more save some people's legs than actually make any tactical decisions. But first, we've got a highlight and Brest have the ball. Chardonnay all the way across to Kostov, the right winger, the lovely ginger-haired right winger by the looks of it. Forward into the area, Anemi Ella forces a save out of Dylan Silva and they do get a corner. Corner comes into the front post. Dylan Silva makes an easy save. Hopefully, that does end the highlight. Valentin Voisin is going to be coming on for Baboy Traore. We are also going to do Alan Viral off for Kalen Demessi. I know Viral's playing well. He's actually playing better than Faustin, but I want Demessi to keep playing because he's still very good at football. And he does occasionally pop up with a nice goal for us. They've just scored. Bulls, it's 2-1. We've got 15 minutes to play. Hopefully we can hold on. Literally as I've done all my subs, they decide to now do their comeback, don't they? The goal scorer with the ball, back to number 7, crosses in. Boutin is there, but it is easily saved by Dylan Silva, so the highlight will start really from our goalkeeper. Rolls out to Valentin Voisin, back to Silva again. A cross-field ball finds Giovanni Chihuahua, the fullback, Mr. Dunkerque. That's what I'm calling him for some reason. Faustin into the area, goes for goal, and Andy Faustin gets his 18th goal of the season, and hopefully puts this fixture out of reach for Brest. Into injury time then, and not a lot is happening. Sissoko is on a 6.5, so I imagine he's not been playing particularly well, and possibly at fault for the Brest goal. It doesn't matter though, we do end up winning this one 3-1, putting us now onto 47 points, just 2 wins away from my fictional target of 53. So we are back within touching distance of the playoffs, just 1 point behind Nancy, who drew 0-0 with Laval. We could, but playoffs is definitely a possibility. I really don't want to go up at all. So if we get into the playoffs, hopefully we play someone really good and get destroyed, because if we get promoted, we are 100% screwed. we are not going to survive in Ligue 1 next season. Next episode could be potentially the last of the season. I'm not going to commit to anything at the moment. Oh, this is an absolute mess. So we've got a total of 9 games left to play of the season. We are likely to do the final 3. Depending on how things are looking, maybe we might see Tours and Sochaux or Nîmes and Paris FC, something like that. I don't know. We will see. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Football Manager 2019 with USL Dunkerque. If you did enjoy, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like, if you want to see more, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you next time. And I've just realised that next match is 6th versus 5th. That's actually quite an important match, isn't it?